Sergeant Miller and his squad prepared for their night patrol. There is no previous article to read. The sun was setting over the army base as Sergeant Miller and his squad prepared for their night patrol. The tension in the air was palpable, as rumors of a virus outbreak had been circulating among the troops. "All right, listen up," Miller barked, addressing his men. "We've been ordered to patrol the perimeter and keep an eye out for any signs of trouble. Stay alert and stick together." As they made their way through the darkened base, the sound of shuffling footsteps caught their attention. Private Johnson raised his rifle, scanning the area for any movement. "What was that?" he whispered, his voice filled with fear. "I don't know," Miller replied, his grip tightening on his own weapon. "But we need to stay focused. Keep your eyes peeled." Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, its eyes glazed over and its movements jerky and unnatural. It let out a guttural moan as it lurched towards them. "What the hell is that?" Private Smith exclaimed, his voice trembling. Before Miller could respond, more figures appeared, their numbers growing by the second. The squad was surrounded, their backs against the wall as the creatures closed in on them. "Open fire!" Miller shouted, his voice filled with desperation. The sound of gunfire echoed through the base as the squad fought for their lives. But no matter how many of the creatures they took down, more seemed to take their place. "We need to get out of here," Private Johnson yelled, panic evident in his voice. Miller nodded, his mind racing as he tried to come up with a plan. "Head for the exit," he ordered, leading his men through the maze of buildings and corridors. As they ran, the creatures pursued them relentlessly, their moans growing louder and more menacing with each passing moment. The squad could feel the cold grip of fear tightening around their hearts as they fought to stay ahead of the horde. Finally, they reached the exit, the moonlight casting an eerie glow over the scene. But as they made their way outside, they realized that the nightmare was far from over. The base was overrun with the creatures, their numbers seemingly endless. The squad was surrounded on all sides, with no way out in sight. "We're trapped," Private Smith whispered, his voice filled with despair. Miller clenched his jaw, his mind racing as he tried to come up with a plan. But before he could speak, the creatures descended upon them, their hungry eyes fixed on their prey. And as the screams of the squad echoed through the night, the army base fell silent, its once brave defenders now nothing more than mindless zombies, lost to the darkness forever.